So that's Sword Art Online 2, Gale Online, Episode 1. Let's talk about that. Now, I know a lot of controversy is coming into Gale Online. A lot of people that seen the original Sword Art Online, the Series 1, whatever you want to call it, they initially were into it and then put off. Like, that's the major consensus I get with Sword Art Online. They like the first half, they didn't really care for the second half, and they're coming into Gale Online very skeptic. They're very skeptic regarding what it's going to be like, what's going to happen, how things are going to go down, and I'm for the most part on that same boat. The original Sword Art Online, the first 12 episodes or so, the Ironclad stuff, for the most part, it was entertaining and enjoyable, and I liked the way it was done. Maybe, some pacing issues, but the second half was just like, it had a lot of problems. Coming into this one, they added in some elements, or brought back some elements that the second half of Sword Art Online, the original, didn't have. They took away, and that's the fear of death. That death is, once again, a possibility within these games. That, it's not just, oh, we're inside of the game and, we gotta rescue somebody. The element of you can actually die is back, and I think that was one of the huge things that made Sword Art Online very, popular. I think the fact that, they were trapped in the game, they could die, is what made people like, yo, you're in this game, and if you die in the game, you die in real life. But in this one, it seems a little bit different in a sense, for the fact that, first of all, it's not that they're trapped in the game or anything like that. It's some guy that is pretty much, and I'm assuming guy, shooting people, and the bullet, I guess, is either being transferred and killing them. I'm not exactly sure how it works. It seems as though it might be more scientific than anything, and the fact that it seems as though they're not getting shot, like nobody's walking into the room and shooting them, but it's not frying their brain either. So there's definitely something very in-depth, I believe, to how this is going down. Now, the beginning of the episode was very intense, very hype. The guy busting in, death gun, killing, and, it was very intense. I like the way the episode started off. That's how you kick things off. You just, go in and run crazy. This guy is just murdering and just going wild. So, I like the way the episode started off with that very intense vibe. And once again, it just brought back this element of like, yo, people can die again, so we're back into the danger zone, so to speak. And then we get a little bit of context as to what's been going on lately. Kirito and Asuna, it's been a year since the whole Ironclad incident and whatnot, and pretty much they're, a couple still at this particular point, which that's a good element as well that never really is added into many anime. I feel as though it's always like, oh, he likes the girl, but maybe one day in the distant future they'll get together. No, they're actually together. So that's one element of Sword Art Online that I can definitely appreciate, and I wish more anime would do that. It's like, why does it always gotta be the guy likes the girl and they never get together, or they might get together, but we'll never see it happen, or we'll get hints of it? I like that element. I think that's a good element that they have, even though definitely a big portion of this episode was them just kind of reflecting on, things that happened. It almost felt like they were adding in recap in a subtle way of the original Sword Art Online by doing that. It's kind of like, yeah, that happened a year ago, and little elements like that. It wasn't too heavy or anything like that, and they had beautiful animation and art. Like, the art and animation, for the most part, for the entire episode, looked really good, but for some reason, the art looked extravagant, 10 out of 10, when it was like Kirito and Asuna just sitting on that bench talking. They really made sure they were going to put every last effort into the art and animation. Sugu's still obsessed. When I got that little line, when I saw, oh yeah, all my clothes are being washed by Sugu right now, I was like, this creep doesn't stop. She's still at it again. I'm glad, though, that she wasn't in this one, and hopefully she's not going to be in any of it, because Sugu, for me, she was one of the elements I feel that definitely brought down the second half of Sword Art Online. I think a lot of people can agree with that as well, so not having her in this one so far is we're in the clear. Though she's still trying to get into Kirito's drawers, literally. Now, I don't quite remember this, that dude being the first person that Kirito saw when he woke up. I don't know if that was added in right now, or if that was a legit flashback. It's been a while since I've seen the original Sword Art Online, but I definitely don't trust him, because he knew a lot. And the fact that he's going to Kirito and everything, and it's just very coincidental that all of this is going down on the 1-year anniversary of what happened in Ironclad. So what Kirito said definitely made me start thinking when he said, it's almost as if they're trying to remind me to not forget of what happened. So it could be that guy. Maybe he could be, have some sort of role in all this, and maybe he's trying to really get Kirito back into a game so he can kill him or something. Who the hell knows? But I don't completely trust that dude that pretty much was trying to get him involved in the case. I mean, at the end of the day, there's tons of pro players out there. Why in particular you want to go after him, especially after your game almost fucking killed him. Not his game, but you get what I mean. And then the end of the episode, we get that sniper, the chick with the blue hair that we've seen in like every trailer for Gale Online. Not much context other than the fact that, you know, she's a sniper. So I definitely would have liked a little bit more as far as like learning about who she is or just getting more to her. All we see is something that we've seen in every freaking trailer, that she's sniping, but it looked beautiful again. And this definitely looks like it's going to be a step up from at the release the second half of Sword Art Online. It looks more violent, looks more edgy, it's more dangerous, there's more consequences to it, similar to the Aincrad aspect. So I'm going to be very careful with going into Sword Art Online 2 Gale Online, because we were kind of bamboozled to a certain degree with that first couple episodes of SAO, where it was just like, this could be the greatest thing ever, and it slowly went down. So they could still do that, you never know. But as of right now, this first episode, some good things. It was a very good episode, I'm not going to deny that. But I'm going to be very careful with this one, and I'm not going to go too crazy. As of right now, I would say for a first episode of the season, and, you know, for the new Sword Art Online, I give it an 8 out of 10. It was a very good episode. It brought back, again, some really good elements that make Sword Art Online more interesting and just more of like, okay, I gotta see what's gonna happen. There's death now involved. And also, I felt as though a lot of the talks of technology and how Kirito wants to transfer from being a player to like a creator, it kind of makes me wonder, what is his role like? Because from what I've heard, a Cell World is in the same universe as this, and it seems as though it's in a distant future. Maybe Kirito was the guy that created the gear that is in a Cell World. Just a thought. Overall, it was a very good first episode. Again, 8 out of 10. A little bit too much on the talking and recapping on some stuff that happened, you know, in last year's events or whatever. But for the most part, it was a very good episode. But just like myself, I advise everyone watching, be very cautious, because with Sword Art Online, you just don't know what's going to happen. We can get the first couple episodes be the greatest thing ever, and then it could go whoo. So just be cautious, but so far, good start. Let me know what you thought of the premiere of Sword Art Online 2 Gale Online. Did you enjoy it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you giving SAO a second chance? Are you just like, fuck SAO? Tell me what you think about it. As of right now, I'm giving it that chance. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very good first episode for Sword Art Online 2. But I'm being very cautious. I'm gonna tread lightly when it comes to watching this one. If it gets too much, then put it on the back burner. That's how I feel about it right now. Just your overall thoughts of the episode. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, you can do so as well. That'd be awesome. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.